This video is taken from my truck. Here's the truck, and here is the train, the rail. What you see here, you wanted to find out how the chassis, the big frame of the rail that holds the containers is connected to the wheels. The wheels are, look here carefully, the wheels are attached to that transverse beam from side to side. If you take the entire beam up, the wheel will drop loose. So the wheels are just on the sitting on the rails, and the frame is just dropped into it like an inverted U shape. The chassis is attached to the upper part of the shock absorbers. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 shock absorbers, and I think you have another 3 layers of shock absorbers. So that thick piece of metal is the transverse beam that is across the rail that holds the entire chassis, but it holds it in a complicated manner. Just let me go down and show you the mechanism. You have too many transverses here. First, the wheel, as you can see, is just an inverted U tape. It drops on the wheel, and that part is where it has a lead cylinder that works like a lubricant. You cannot use oil on a train because the friction is enormous. So you use lead and you seal it with these 3 massive bolts inside, so the friction is, the heat of the friction is dissipated through the lead to the outer layer of the cylinder. So that inverted U-shaped metal, that huge chunk that connects the 2 wheels together, it has an array here of, look from the side, you have 3 rows of shock absorbers. So you have 9 shock absorbers, 1, 2, 3 spring shock absorbers, and another layer and another layer. That upper part of it, that portion, is what connects the transverse metal that will hold the entire rail up in 2 ways. First, that is the part right here that is going to go under. I can pass my hands here, and first you have a chunk of metal here that is a sliding part. It is welded to the transverse beam, but this is a sliding section. This is not a fixed joint. This is a sliding section. So when the rail car turns in a curve, you have that entire piece of metal that's almost 1.5 feet long will slide on that surface. That is a sliding surface, and on the other side you have two of the same thing. So that will be a horizontal sliding of the rails on it. So how do you get the other angle of link? You get it in that central chunk. So here there is a sliding, there is no fixed connection. This is not a fixed connection, sliding loose connection. The linkage is in the middle. Oh my goodness. I'm glad it did not hit me. It doesn't happen very often. The rail is connected to it. It's going to move. So that vertical part is where the 2 rail cars are linked together with a huge massive bolt in the center, and that bolt is anchored with another horizontal bolt, and it has like a worm thing to prevent it from getting dislodged. So that massive central part, that is the rail link. It twists, it can move in this direction, and in the bottom, if you look at it also, it has a rotating part. So it can rotate on a vertical axis this way, and it can bend on another angle. But the bending from front and back is only because it have a lot of tolerance on this side and a lot of tolerance on the other side. And that is, thank you for the air. Yes, this is the glad handle where the air line comes from the compressor to turn the brakes on and off. The brakes are air brakes. Those brakes are pushed by an air piston, and the air piston is somewhere. I don't see it. But since they are moving, I need to get the hell out of here.